What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Don Rico back at it again with another one. This is actually going to be a very short video because I got other things that I need to do and I have to wake up early tomorrow because I do have a day job at the end of the day. But listen, that's beside the point. I'm just going to jump straight into it because it's been something that's been on my mind since Super Bowl weekend, and it seems like everybody is so caught up in the culture of everything that they just cannot separate themselves in a most authentic way because need I remind you, we are in a class warfare, and if you can't stand out, your inability to stand out is what's going to make you fall behind. And I just don't understand why everybody falls into this groupthink. And what I'm basically saying is that why can't y'all think for yourselves? I don't understand people who can't think for themselves, honestly. It genuinely confuses me. Nobody has an original thought nor bone in their body. Everybody has to go along with something because everybody else is doing it. This is like the cool pop cultural thing to say, so everybody's saying it. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. It's just, I'm gonna be honest with you, that stuff is just lame to me. It really is. As someone who sees himself as a maverick and as somewhat of a lone wolf, and that could work to my detriment. I'm not going to say like it's all peaches and cream, but what I will say is that I've never, throughout my entire life, had a problem falling into groupthink. And I know this because when I would try to do so, I only did it because I wanted to belong and I didn't want to feel like as if I was alone. And I sacrificed my authenticity at that time as a result of it, and it always sat wrong with me. And at the end of the day, I would still end up separating myself because I knew that's not where I was supposed to be to begin with. And most of y'all are just afraid. You're afraid to stand out. And need I remind y'all, you're the sum total of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Ladies, if you're surrounded by 5 other women who are plastic, who are fake, who like to get stuff done, whether it be their lips done, whether it be BBLs, etc., you're going to be the 6th one, without a doubt. Fellas, if you're surrounded by 5 other F-boys, you're going to be the 6th one. I promise you that. We as human beings are the preeminent social animals on the planet. So this all works. And if it does not work consciously, it will most definitely will work unconsciously. It has an effect on you, whether you realize it or not. Every single day, you are being programmed. You are being programmed to go with a specific type of thought patterns or mentality or culture or groupthink, and you don't realize that you're being programmed to do so. You think you're doing it because this is just what it is. I want to belong. Oh, it's the cool thing to do. I personally do not care about what the cool thing to do is. I'm doing it because it's what I like to do. It's what I think is cool. It's what I like to it's what I authentically rock with. And I never understood why people just so easily fall into groupthink, and I never understood why they can't think for themselves. Like, honestly, on a regular basis, it genuinely confuses me. Everybody goes along this clothing trend because everybody else is doing it. Everybody's saying these things because everybody else is doing it. Everybody's embracing whatever it is that they're embracing because everybody else does it. I don't understand that. I'm not going to do it to fit in with the rest of y'all. I'm going to do it because it's something that I want to do. And a lot of people would like to justify it in the same way, but I know that it's cap. I want to know what it's 100% cap because these people have never been authentic in their entire lives. Most people, most of y'all, the masses, have never been authentic your entire lives. You've been programmed to be what it is that you are, and you don't even realize it because it's been unconsciously put into you throughout all this time and all these years. And I'm not saying that I'm not unconsciously programmed too. It's just the difference is I'm not afraid to stand out and be my most authentic self. If I'm wearing a specific outfit, or if I have a specific style, or if I talk a specific way, it's because I am authentically and genuinely that way. And I don't care if you like me or not. You see, that's the separator right there. Most of y'all actually care way too much about what other people think about you. And it's unfortunate. It's truly unfortunate because, again, I have to reiterate this because this is a common thing across most of my content on this channel. We are in a class warfare, ladies and gentlemen. Most definitely, we are in a class warfare. You have to find ways to stand out and stand above the competition, whether you like it or not. It's just the truth. And people who fall into groupthink, y'all are not going to make it. Most people are not going to make it because most people are unwilling to do what the few are doing. It's a fact. It's just the truth. And you're unwilling to do it because you don't want to be ostracized. You don't want to be made fun of. You don't want to be made the pariah. And you don't understand. It's that being made a pariah. It's that exile. The social exile. It's that almost self-imposed exile that you go through. That's actually what's required in order to truly become your most authentic self to stand out. You have to be unafraid. You have to have the courage to have your own thoughts, your own opinions, and you have to be able to think for yourself because unfortunately, most people can't think for themselves. And I personally do not throughout my entire life, I never understood it. Because when I tried it, it never worked out. It was almost as if God was telling me, you're meant to stand out. You are going to suffer as a result of trying to fit in. And if I have to do this by myself, then so be it. But I know I'm not the only one. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really care about the Super Bowl like that. The first video that I posted on my channel is I don't really care about the fireworks or I don't care about what most people care about. I posted that on the 4th of July, I believe. It's talking about the 4th of July celebrations and kind of ranting about like how I don't really care about the commercialization of these holidays. Now, the significance of it is cool. Valentine's Day, in my opinion, is trash. And this upcoming Valentine's Day, I'm probably going to post another video about Valentine's Day is trash. So stay tuned for that. But I say these things not because I genuinely listen. It's not because everybody else or somebody else says the same thing. This is what I genuinely believe. I'm not afraid to actually truly speak my mind, even though it's an unpopular opinion. I don't care if you like me or not. That's the separator right there. I don't care. I don't care if you like me or not. So listen, if y'all want to fall into the trends and if you want to do what everybody else is doing, wear what everybody else is wearing, or if you just want to speak how everybody else is speaking and fall in line with a specific culture or whatever, listen, that's on y'all. Y'all do what you want to do. I'm going to do what it is that I naturally do, and that's natural for me. You know, even if I were to be ostracized, listen, you can't ostracize me more than I've already been ostracized. You can't make fun of me more than I have already been made fun of. You can't. You can't, because I've already been through all that already. So I'm not afraid to be my most authentic self. Sadly, for the rest of y'all, can't say the same. And I know I'm not alone on this. I know that there are other people who think just like me in terms of that. Salute to y'all. Listen, keep going down that path. We're going to be made pariahs, but we're going to come out victorious at the other end. We may lose all these battles, but ultimately we're going to win the war. And the war is independence. Because unlike most people, I'm not afraid to think for myself. Listen, y'all can either fall in line or you can find your own way and set a new trend and a new culture. If not, then listen, that's fine too. Continue doing what everybody else is doing. Ain't nothing special about what the masses is doing anyway, all right? I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Deuces.